Hi there. Obviously a bit of disappointing weather at the moment, but we're just going to take this opportunity to show you what we're carrying in our bags. I'm obviously leaving the golf club at the end of February to play full time, so having the correct equipment gives you a massive opportunity. You see that McIlroy's just changed to night clubs. Unfortunately just missed his first cut, but what's going to go on behind the scenes there and get a few more yards in his driver, so getting the right equipment for you is vital at any sort of standard of golf. So I'm going to start from the green backwards. You'll see obviously first of all I carry quite a big towel. It's important to keep your stuff as clean as possible. Carry two putters, one's 35 inch and one's 36 inches. I've got a ping blade and Odyssey Metal X. The reason I carry two is because putting's probably the weakest part of my game, and one day one works and the other doesn't, but that's probably the part I practice the most.
And why would you use a different sized length of putter?
Because I'm 6'4", so I'm not going to use a 30-inch putter because my back would be too hunched and probably give you more injuries if nothing else. Also use this a lot. It's always advised to get tools. You'll see I've got alignment sticks here. You just get yourself a couple of those, pop in at the pro shop, no problem at all. I've also got this, it's called an absolute reader for my putting, where I place the ball here, try and putt it along the line, so if I'm pushing or pulling a putt, it's obviously going to rattle off the metal. Obviously if I hit a putt where I want to, it's going to go straight through. So it's a very good aid in terms of understanding what you're doing. And
that's something you can use indoor and outdoor, yeah?
Indoor and outdoor. You can use that all the time.
So at this time of year you can use that?
You can hit hundreds of putts with that. So when you get on the course you can take the confidence of knowing that the putt goes straight to start with. Certainly, that's another thing I would advise, certainly from my own perspective when I'm practicing, is always record what I do. So if I hit 200 putts, and 120 of them are true and 80 aren't, and then the next week 140 are and 6 aren't, then I can take the confidence knowing that my putting's going in the right direction.
You're progressing.
Absolutely.
Good.
Okay, going into the sort of wedges, I carry a 52, a 56 and a 60.
Okay, so why so many wedges?
Well, basically they've all got different yardages. I hit my 52 about 120 yards, my 56 goes about 105, and I don't really hit a full 60 degree. This is more designed for if I'm behind a bunker or an awkward lie around the green where it's sitting down and I need the ball to pop up quickly. The 60 degree allows me to do that. Okay.
So would there be times where you take a wedge out for certain courses, or?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, in my bag at the moment I've got 17 clubs. So depending on what course I'm playing, I'll play a couple of practice rounds before every tournament, and when I'm playing, I think to myself, well, how often am I going to hit X or how often am I going to hit Y, and I'll sacrifice which club's necessary. I've seen me play tournaments around short, tight golf courses without a driver. Yeah. Because it's not necessary. I don't need to hit it.
So you plan your set before you play,
absolutely,
depending on what clubs you need.
Yeah. Another key thing that I've done is, this is probably my most used club, that's my pitching wedge. And that hits the ball, a smooth pitching wedge for me goes about 130, 135. So that's my key yardage. So when I play a golf course, I design to hit as many shots as I can.
You're comfortable with that yardage? Good.
Yeah. Okay, so going into the irons, I've got Nike blades, MB forged, Titleist blades, sorry, MB forged.
What shaft you got in that, Calum?
It's the Project X 6.5, so it's basically like an extra stiff shaft.
Yeah.
Obviously when I was younger, for the younger people looking at the video, I didn't use extra stiff shafts. No. I didn't use golf clubs at all.
So your extra stiff's based on what, your strength, your swing speed? Yep.
Club head speed coming into impact. You don't want basically when you swing a golf club, without going into too much detail, the shaft bends, it bows, and it also bends in that direction as well. So you need to get the one that matches up.
So for the younger kids, there's no point in having a lot of them try and get their clubs cut down, but there's no point in that, is there?
Well, not these clubs specifically. If you had a set of graphite clubs that maybe belonged to a granddad or something, and you got given them, you could cut them down and they would do the job.
Good.
Okay. So 4 iron upwards. So I carry 4 iron right through to 56 degree. And you'll see here I've got a little hybrid which replaced my 3 iron. That's a 21 degree. The reason I use that, not a 3 iron, is because it's easier. May as well make it as easy as possible.
And what way is it easier? I mean, is that in what trajectory, or are you just sort of striking?
It's pop up in the air. The actual initial trajectory of the shot's going to be higher.
Good.
So if I'm sitting down in the rough or something like that, a 3 iron, the club head can easily turn over. Whereas with a hybrid, it just ploughs straight through.
And I see a lot of pros these days use that around the greens. Would you use that as well?
Yeah, Martin Kingerer saw him do that in Dubai yesterday from just off the green.
Yeah.
The reason they do that is because that's obviously 21 degrees and a putter's about 4 or 5.
That's good.
So the ball just pops up before it releases.
Perfect.
I've got a 3-wood. It's got an extra stiff Diamana red shaft in it.
Yeah.
That's 15 degrees. 5 wood's 19, same shaft. And the driver's 9.5 degrees, same shaft again.
What sort of carry distance are you getting in your driver these days?
About 285.
285. That's good.
280, 285 if I hit it. If I miss-hit it, well, we'll try not to think about the miss-hits.
No, we don't think about that.
It's about 240,
good.
so they all go straight, hopefully.
Good stuff.
And then sort of going more into the bag itself, in here I carry my waterproofs, hats, things like that, plasters if you're practicing a lot, playing a lot of golf. See my hands are a little bit taped up already.
Yep.
You get blisters, it's normal, you've just got to tape them up. Suntan lotion, obviously today suntan lotion isn't the
not today.
necessary thing, so that's replaced by a tammy. And then going into this side of the bag I keep all my balls, gloves, pitchforks, pencils, marker pens, everything like that, and I've got a couple of areas there for my juice. So when I'm playing a tournament and somebody's carrying for me, unfortunately they've got to lug all this gear about, whereas if I'm playing by myself it'll more likely not be on a trolley.
Good.
If you've got any questions or anything like that, please feel free, or you need any advice with your equipment, myself, Neil or Charles are always happy to help and always happy to advise. But yeah, please feel free, and I hope you took something out of this.
Thanks, Calum. Perfect.
Okay,
thank you. Cheers.